Hello and welcome back to the TheCraftBox. I swear I am alive. I have not been alive for a while, but I am here. Hi, welcome Caleb. How's it going? How are you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. I've been so busy, so busy. So my apologies for not streaming for like a whole week. I think it is. Is it like bang on a week? Hold up, let me find out. Let me find out. Is it exactly a week? Because that would be funny. It wouldn't be funny, but it would be funny. But you understand what I mean. You understand what I mean. Yeah, last stream was 7 days ago. Amazing. A whole week since I last streamed. Amazing. So cool. So epic. But welcome back, everybody. We are doing some badge stuff today. And I'm gonna complain a little bit, but otherwise it's fine. All is good and well, and I hope you guys are all doing well too. Today's question is, are you a badge collector? Yes or no? Today's question is sponsored by no one. Imagine if that was like a sponsor plug. That would be crazy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we are getting badges today, as always, because I am badge boy. We need to complete Imperia, or as much of Imperia as we can, and that means dwarfs must be defeated. So, why did I go home? I'm already home. I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. I haven't played this game much in the last week. I've been hopping on for, like, Scroll of Fortune stuff because it's rolled over. But other than that, I haven't actually, like, played at all. So, that's fun. We are going to Imperia. So, if I'm dumb, please forgive me for it has just happened. But, oh my gosh, there's new mounts. These mounts look so cool as well. Holy moly. Holy moly. I don't have the last one. There was a 103 bit one. But I've got 102. And honestly, it's green. So, I think I have to get it. Oh, what the heck? Okay. This is a snack pack. Wow. Okay. Sure thing. What do I get? Absolutely nothing. Woo! And an origami party crane. Not like I have many of those before. But yeah. Wizard101 birthday was the other day. Very cool. Very exciting. Big number now. I can't remember what the number is, but it's a big number. This is such a cool mount. This is actually like... No, not that one. That can be deleted. Where is it? There it is. The story Lori. I can be story Lori Brent. This mount is so cool. I love it. I really love it. I really love this mount. It is amazing. They're so cool. So there's 3 versions of them, and it depends on when you made your account as to which ones you can get. I think it's like anybody is the first one, and then I guess 5 years, and then 10 years, I guess, for the second one. For the third one, I should say. I don't have the third one because, obviously, when was this account made? I can't actually remember when this account was made. Let's find out real fast. Real fast. Prove I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot, I swear. I'm streaming right now. You can see me. You can see my face. I'm not a robot. 2014 is when I created this account, so, yeah. Remind me again what you think of Australian accents. Australia doesn't exist, so therefore there can't be an accent for Australia because Australia doesn't exist. It's a myth, and I have definitely never ever been there at least 5 times. No, it's a myth, complete myth, and doesn't exist. So yeah. But hi Genevieve, welcome. How are you? How's it going today? I love this book mount. It's so good. It's so good, so good. I love it. I love the green as well. I think it would go really well. Hold up. Honestly. I kind of like that. For my Jade set. New Jade set mount confirmed. Amazing. Love to see it. Let's I really wish there was a way to like update these. That would be cool. I love equipment sets, but if you could just update it, that would be great. What is this called? This is called a tank. Okay. And then we just move it up, and boom. Lovely. That is our new Jade mount. Love to see it. Very cool. Yeah. But yeah, I love that. I'm good. You just made my daughter die laughing from that comment. It's true, though. It's true. Have you ever met an Australian from Australia in Australia? I don't think anybody has. Like, it just doesn't exist. 100% doesn't exist. Who were the people that I was fighting the other day? These people over here. Frostflower. Give me. Australia doesn't exist. I can confirm. I've been there and it doesn't exist. I've been to Australia and it doesn't exist. So there. Wallaroo is based on New Zealand. 100%. 100%. I take credit for Wallaroo. Wallaroo is 100% based on New Zealand and no other culture ever. Nope, not at all. Because no other country would have that culture because Australia doesn't exist. Just like Wallaroo doesn't exist. Very sad. Oh my gosh, phone, shut up. Shut up! It was just a blank space in. The true nothing is Wallaroo. Nothing is Wallaroo. That's how it is, unfortunately. Man, by the way, they released Nova since I last streamed, which is, or not released, they announced it, which is cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's not Wallaroo, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be a very different sort of world from what we've seen. And I feel like since it's... I believe this is all speculation and sport and like what I believe. I believe it's the world that's forming outside of the Arcanum currently. And there's going to be probably a massive race to try and colonize it by all of the main powers, which is generally why in some of the concept art that they showed, there was like a whole bunch of like different sort of like spiral like worlds kind of represented in there. And if you take a look at the logo for Novus, the like official Wizard101 Novus logo, the gems are slightly different if you didn't notice that. So as you see in the loading screen, there's like gems down here. There's a moon, a pentagon blue thing, a spiral, and then another one inside the wizard bit. They're all different for the Novus one. One's a banana, and honestly, I think that's the best part. Bananas and Wiz are now confirmed as a fruit that you can eat. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The theme sounds so cool. I haven't heard the theme, but yeah. Now she wants to know if New Zealand is the most deadly continent. Then New Zealand isn't a continent, so checkmate. Checkmate. It can't be a deadly continent when it's not a continent. So, boom. Breaking news: bananas are now canon in Wizard101. Exactly. They weren't canon before, and now they are. 100%. Why would you stun me? This is terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, Mystic. Welcome. Also, hi, Ducks. I don't know if I said hello. Yeah. I think the banana might symbolize Monquista, the gear symbolizing Valencia. I would say so. I think that is most likely accurate of what's going to happen. I'm thinking that it's going to be a massive, like, all of the big spiral powers, Mushu, Valencia, Monquista, Marleybone, and by the looks of it, possibly Mirage, possibly, are going to try and colonize the New World. I feel like that's just how it's going to work. And I feel like that's kind of interesting because we haven't actually really seen much of that inside Wiz. Pirate, you kind of get that feel for it because of like the whole wars and all of that sort of stuff. And it's a lot more like, it's a lot more pirate story sort of stuff than Wiz story stuff. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Also Monquista is amazing. And Marleybone, amazing. And I always go to the wrong door. That's not amazing. That's terrible. If Australia doesn't exist, then New Zealand must be the continent down there, right? Or is it like Pluto, where we just changed the count and now there are 6 continents? We just changed the count. It's just how it is, you know? It's just how it works, you know? Pluto just doesn't exist. It's not anything anymore because they just decided that it wasn't anything. And it's decided that Australia doesn't exist, so therefore we just pretend that it doesn't exist. In all seriousness, Australia is a great place, but it's Australia. So I'm allowed, as a New Zealander, I have a right to prove that Australia is worse than me. So it's just how it works. Australia does exist, and it's a nice place as long as you don't touch anything there. Otherwise, you will die because everything destroys you instantly. Yeah. But there is also some nice parts about Australia as well. As long as you don't touch the things that will kill you instantly. Yeah. Yeah. That would be sad if it's only Pirate 101 worlds. I believe that in the race to Novus, I think we're going to see Polaris. I think we're going to see Mirage. I feel like they're going to bring back Mirage again, or influences of Mirage a little bit. We're going to see Marleybone, which is both worlds. I would assume Mushu will be in there, and then also Monquista and Valencia, because those are massive powers in the Spiral, and just because they're not talked about in Wiz doesn't mean that they're not like massive powers in the Spiral as a whole. And I would be very shocked if neither of them made it into Novus, especially based on the banana and the gear. I'm pretty sure that would kind of symbolizes that Valencia and Monquista will have influence in the next world, which is cool because hopefully they can spin that off into something for Pirate. That would be cool. Did I go to the wrong door? I didn't. Good. That would be cool if they can be like, hey, you want to know more about Monquista and Valencia? Perhaps you should play Pirate. It's a good game. Would recommend. That's what I would do if I was KingsIsle, but I'm not, so yeah. How come no one has said Mushu as one of the groups? Because they have the Horde horses spoiled as mobs too. Yeah, like, I believe Mushu will be there because in Pirate, again, most of my, like, speculation is coming from the Pirate story of, like, what the main powers are. And I'm adding Mirage in there because there has been, like, Mirage influences in the leaks already, but I'm not going to discuss those because technically it's not confirmed and people don't like that. But, like, generally, most of the sort of, like, big powers are, like, name-dropped in Pirate first. Like, that's more of a Pirate sort of, like, lore sort of standpoint, so that's where I take most of this from. And I believe that Mushu will be on that list because they have been traditionally quite a strong influence in the Spiral as a whole. So I would be very shocked to see Mushu not there. Because I think there needs to be some more Mushu love. Because it's been so long since, like, we've had any Mushu influences in the Spiral, like, in either Wiz or Pirate, other than, like, their own world. So I feel like it would be quite nice to, like, break out a little bit and, like, bring Mushu back into the what is the term? I don't know. Like, bring it back into the spotlight. Because it's been a little bit forgotten, and it is a major power, and it needs to be recognized as a major power as well. What badge are you getting for defeating 1,000 mobs in Mirage? I am not getting any Mirage badges yet. That'll be later. We've already done that, actually. We've already done Mirage. We've done all of the Mirage badges. We're in Imperia, and we're getting the Dwarf badge. We need 100 Dwarfs, which is one of the most painful badges ever, other than the Alfoy. Those two are terrible. Yeah. You mean Imperia? Yeah, we're going for the Dwarf Dasher. Is that the next one? I can't remember. It's the last Dwarf badge. And that will be the last badge that we work through on, like, in this sort of, like, setting. Because Medulla we're doing with Rose, and then we'll be doing the Storm Titan after that, and then we'll also be doing Beastmen Fight Club after that. And then we're doing Whirly Burly as a side series as well, so, yeah. We get into Caramel next. Oh no. Caramel's painful. Half of the Caramel badges are just the absolute most painful things to get. Because they're all for, like, defeat boss, but only do XYZ. And that's painful. Really painful. What do you think the length of the world will be? I'm hoping for a bit longer world. With max level cap of 165 to 170 instead of 160. It's going to be 160 max next. That's just how it is. And I think, was it in KI Live? I think it was in KI Live when, Cam, who's the new, like, one of the new main designers, he was talking about the gear because he's, like, focusing a lot on gear at the moment. If you haven't seen his dev diary, you should totally go look at that, because it's kind of interesting. And he basically said like he basically said that there's going to be level 160. Because he's like, for example, like gear level 160 will be like, you know, there'll be like different types that will like follow the things that he's outlined in the dev diary. So yeah, I think that it's going to be level 160 max. I don't think they're going to do like a 15 level world or a 20 level world, because that's kind of stupid. And if they were to do a 20 level world, you would think that Chrysalis and Imperia would be 20 level worlds anyway, with that amount of content that is put in them. And also, I don't really want a 20 level world, because the way that King's Isle like stretches out worlds generally is not actually add anything interesting and just more defeating collects. So I wouldn't want that, because it would mean that the amount of defeating collects that would have to happen to get there would be just a ridiculous amount, and it would make playing the world unfun. So I'm fine with 10 levels. I don't mind it. I also don't think that they need to necessarily go up any more than 10 a year, because it just gets a little bit drawn out, you know? Like, you can't have too much of an increase at once, because otherwise you're just like increasing the power curve like exponentially, and it's a little bit unsustainable when you get like higher and higher and higher. Because what, after the world after that, if you go 20 levels each world, then what, you're at to 170, and then you're at what, 190, so then you're nearly at level 200, and it's only been like 2 extra worlds. So I feel like it needs to only be like a small increase each time. Yeah, it may feel bad, but it's better than having like a massive increase but not having enough like content in between to fill it. Because I feel like what happens, especially in the early game, when you're like replaying it, like you go from level 30 to level 60 with the same gear, and there's just like nothing in between other than just questing. Whereas if you're making a decent game, you probably want people to like, you know, be a little bit more relaxed when you're sort of playing it, and, you know, have a little bit of a break, you know, go farm some gear. Now you've got to level 100, go farm some gear. Or like you've got to level 50, go and farm some gear. You know, maybe every other level should be more incentivized, like every other level increase should be more incentivized to get gear. And I feel like that's kind of how we're going at the moment. Level 130 was Catacombs, which is, you know, pretty decent gear upgrade over Darkmoor. And then now Merciless gear, pretty decent gear upgrade over the Catacombs gear. And that's been about 20 levels. So I feel like that's kind of like a good like barometer. But you can't increase a world just by 20 levels, because that's just way too much at once. That's way too much. Way too much. And you're like missing out on a whole bunch of extra content that you can put in that level, because as soon as you've released the world, everyone will already be maxed, because that's just how it works. And then you need to release content that's at the max level anyway. So it's better to have more content at a lower level than a higher level, but increase it higher later, so you can add more content into it later, if that makes sense. I guess. I don't know. That's how I view it. I don't want any more than 10 levels in a world. Yeah. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Pirate 101 is better than Wizard 101, 100%. 100% agree. That's gonna be where all the canon is revealed. As the true villain all along. Imagine. I doubt that. I think that the Arcanum is not necessarily good, in the sense of like they're not necessarily like the best force for the spiral, but I think they're not like bad either. They're more like neutral. They're like neutral. They're not true neutral, but they're like in the neutral territory. Like, they kind of like go between each other. I feel like the way that they do things could use some work, because they're a little bit too either cagey or a little bit too like blazing. Like there's like either like they're too cautious, or they're going way too hard at the problem to fix it, but it doesn't really fix the problem anyway, but you just destroy a whole bunch in the way. And I don't know how that kind of works for them, but like they're not a great force, but they're also not a bad force. But they're also not like completely neutral, in my opinion. But I don't think they're going to be evil, because that kind of like subverts literally everything we know about the Arcanum so far. And I also don't agree that the Cabal's evil either. Like, it's not just because the Arcanum good, Cabal evil. I feel like there's a grey middle zone for both of those two factions. And both have, like, great ideas. And both have absolutely terrible ideas. But they just need to, like... But they've also got, like, both got bad and good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired. I can barely speak. Yeah. I play this game to defeat 24 Moon Rhinoceros warriors and collect their jars of peanut butter and jelly with 3% success rate. Oh my gosh. Chaotic neutral? I wouldn't call them chaotic either. Like, they're not neutral, but they're not chaotic and they're not, like, lawful either. They're like in between both of them at the same time, but not neutral. Because I feel like they sway too much to be neutral. Because it kind of just depends on what the situation is, where they lie. You know? Because, like, shadow magic. This anti shadow magic. Which, sure, I get. But, like, is that a good thing? Because if you're meant to be protecting the spiral, wouldn't you want to know everything you can about shadow magic in order to protect the spiral? You know? That's kind of like that's my thought process on it. Like, it depends on the subject matter of, like, what the issue is on where they lie. And sometimes I feel like they're good, and then sometimes I feel like they're, you know, they could do better. But, yeah. They're definitely a neutral force. But, like, just where, like, neutrally they are, kind of depends on the issue. It's like a case-by-case basis. Kind of. I kind of want more solo badges, like Bundoza, and whatever that key boss... for Dragoon that no one farms. Fellspawn. Fellspawn. My beloved. My beloved tentacle monster, man. Just kidding. I hate Fellspawn. He can fall off a cliff. Or something. I don't know if there's a cliff in the game that he could fall off, but... honestly, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. I feel like badges are cool. But some of them, especially in Caramel, are just a little bit ridiculous. Like, they're cool to get, but they have to be actually obtainable. Because some of them are either way too RNG based, or just, like, absolutely ridiculous that, like, if you get it, I don't even know, I want to know everything about you as a person and how long you spent trying to get that badge. Just so forgettable, yeah, agree. I like what they did with Caramel, with his challenge badges, but they went too far with difficulty. Yeah, completely. Challenge badges are a cool idea, and for the most part, a lot of them are pretty good. But there are just some, like, especially for Copycat, that are absolutely ridiculous. And the problem is, it's not really explained how to get them. Like, there's no way of, like, knowing in-game how to get them. Because, for example, you look up the Caramel badges. I hate the badge page at the moment. They need to fix it where it, like, changes it. Like, this is Copycat, okay? There's a solo Copycat badge. These ones all here are other Copycat badges, but you don't know how to get them because there's no way to know. Unless you go to the wiki. Which is cool, but, like, there needs to be a little bit more information given to players on how you actually go about getting those badges. What are Copycat's badges? I've never looked. I've got them saved on my phone somewhere. From when Magnetic, when he used to work at KI, like, gave out, like, what the criteria for all of the badges are. One of them that I remember specifically, because I had to ask him for more clarification on it, is you have to have a version of all of the Copycats, plus one on your team, I think for every single round, and they cannot die. Or something like that. It's really, really weird. It's really, really strange and weird and can be easily swayed by RNG. I think it's at the end of the round they all have to be out. Like, at the end of every round or something. It's crazy. And he had to go, like, digging into the code because the original description that he gave when he released what those badges were actually, like, what they were. High props, by the way. Like, I asked him, like, a few months later on Twitter, And he had to like go digging into the code to figure out exactly how to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Your life has won against many. Unintentionally got that badge too. Yeah, some of them are okay because you can just like, they're like predictable. But I feel like there's a lot that are not predictable and need a little bit more explanation. Or like a little bit more help into getting, or just need to be toned down completely. There's one for Tree Mugger where you kill him without using any spells. Which is all very well, but you generally die at the same time that he does, so I'm not quite sure how that is possible. And I've tried it. I've tried it with a Maycast Healing Pet, but I still die. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, and I guess we're gonna have to do some, like, exploring when we get to Caramel, once we've done all of the mob badges, how we do the boss badges. Because, yeah, what are we up to, by the way? What are we up to? We are up to 70. It's not Dwarf Dasher. What's the final Dwarf badge? What is the final Dwarf badge? Let's find out. Imperia. The Mighty Dwarven Power Rager. That's a crazy badge. That's a really long badge. Jeez. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I feel like they need to do challenge badges, but they have to make it so that there's like an easy way to like figure out what badge you're missing. Now I've decided to finish leveling your Storm, so he's in Zafaria now. Got Waterworks gear and 2 tries, nice. Yeah, nice. Congratulations. Very cool. Getting Waterworks gear is very cool. That should last you until about Darkmoor, which is fantastic. And then at Darkmoor you can start crying. You can start crying and suffering. And it's actually really bad. Darkmoor's not even good anymore because people will never... I think one thing that I really dislike about the key changes, the skeleton key changes, is that people are not going to be farming Darkmoor anymore. Because that used to be a great source of skeleton keys and would incentivize people to actually go through the whole dungeon. Whereas now, there is literally no incentive for higher level players to go through Darkmoor. Because they don't get anything out of it. Like, as soon as you've got Darkmoor gear, you do not have to return to Darkmoor now. Whereas you used to be able to, like, get keys there, so it would be still viable to go through there. Which is not a great thing, I don't think, for people who are level 100 trying to get Darkmoor gear. I don't think that's a great idea. But, yeah. I told you about stopping, and I literally couldn't do it without an AoE entering the Spire. Still in the Labyrinth. Yeah. You could go and buy Scarecrow TCs from the Bazaar as well. Because you should be able to use those. The level lock on TCs and stuff is only for PvP. So, yeah. If that was your concern, that's another option. That is another option. Right. You can only get keys from event points or PvP now. Yeah. You can get them from Beast Moon and Decathlon reagents. The Spiral Showcase and another one. And then daily assignments. Apparently it's bugged at the moment, but the day 15 is meant to be giving you a... I really wish that like daily assignments were like a guaranteed key, because I don't know if it's meant to be guaranteed or if it's meant to be like a random but with a chance of having a gold key in there. Now, it should be a guaranteed gold key at day 15, I feel. But that's apparently bugged at the moment, according to Rapid and Co. And then the other way is you can get them from fighting the bosses, but they're quite rare. So, yeah. I believe. Dun, 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 dun. I went the wrong way, of course, because I'm an idiot. Haha. You're having a better time in Zafaria so far. Nice, 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 nice. Zafaria is so much easier since I did it in the walkthrough. It got nerfed, I think, after I did the walkthrough. So, you're lucky. You're lucky. It's not as painful anymore. It got nerfed, and so did, like, most of the health of all of the bosses, so... It's like, Zafaria is so nice to quest through now. I stand by Zafaria being a nice world to quest through now. After nerf, Zafaria is great. It was such a breeze. And I stand by that. 100%. When I was a wee lad, back in the dinosaur era, my first character was a life, and I made it all the way through Dragonspire without an AoE. And it was as time consuming as it sounds. Fear. Fear. Yeah. I've decided I'm going to be making a, I'm going to be doing completely solo on a death character on another account. Up until the end of Chrysalis. Just to prove that I can solo the game. Because, people think I can't because I cheated so much in the death walkthrough. So, I'm going to be doing that on stream, so therefore no one can question me at all. But I don't know when that'll be because I need to finish off my myth character before. I need to do an 8-hour stream this month. I have no time. I am running out of time. Work is so busy at the moment. Like, it is crazy. I cheated. Well, apparently people call me a cheater. So, yeah. It was so funny. I got a comment today on one of my videos. It was the video where I got like 1 in a million on a level 1 character for fun. And someone commented, I'm gonna read this quote. I laughed this morning when I saw this. I look at every single comment as well, by the way. So if you leave a comment, even though I may not like reply, or I've seen it. So if you hurt my feelings, at least do it in a nice way. Like this guy. AFJ810 said to me 12 hours ago on that video, okay, now do it solo. And to me, that's just the most funniest, because I don't know why I found it so funny, but like just the thought of someone like commenting on a video of I got 1 in a million badge on a level 1 character and expecting me to have done it solo, like to start with, is a little bit crazy. And then the second thing is, why would you comment, okay, now do it solo, as if like getting a level 1 1 in a million with only 2 people is not a challenge to start with. Like, that, to me, that's just funny. That's just really funny. So, hey, it's okay. It's funny, but that's fine. That's fine, Mr. AFJ 810. A good comment. 11 out of 10. I just forgot. I've not been recording this whole time. Whoopsies. Oh well. I'll just download this later. I haven't streamed in so long. I'm forgetting how I stream. Why haven't you got 1 in a million with a single Stormblade and a Storm Trap yet, Brent? I don't know. It's beyond me. I have no clue. I have no clue. I just find it so funny. Like, did this man expect me to just, like, literally get it solo, even though it nowhere stated that it was a solo attempt? Like, I can understand the hate for the death walkthrough, but, like, that one? Really? Really? It's kind of weird. On some bosses, you would use your storm, and it just took forever for me to do it, so I would have to pause the video. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, also because, like, a lot of the stuff on that walkthrough is either... A lot of the defeating collect stuff is, like, skipped. And then a lot of the bosses are either cheated or, like, it depends on RNG of how quickly you can defeat them. And how well your deck is packed, and how many cards you get at what time, and, like, if you get stunned or there's a shield or something as well. Like, this game, if you play it again, you'll not have the same experience as the first time you play it. Because of RNG alone. But, yeah. But yeah, I thought that funny was... That funny was video. That comment was funny. If I had a higher level wizard, you'd be using him as well. Fair enough. Fizzletown. Yeah, Storm beat Fizzletown. It's how it works. Storm beat Fizzletown until you get Malistaire Robe. And then you never have to fizzle again because you get like 25 accuracy on just the robe. Because that's not balanced. That's not broken. That's perfectly balanced. So stupid. So stupid. Honestly, whoever designed that robe needed to get fired. Because that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Why did I blade? Oh well, we'll see if we kill. We'll see. May not. There's a Fizzletown in every world. There's a fizzle world every world. That's how it works. That's just how it works. I've already been on my rant about fizzles though. I think I did that a few weeks ago. I need to make a video about that. I've got so many videos that I need to make. What badge do you get for Dwarf Destruction? I get the Mighty Dwarven Power Rager badge. And that sounds pretty cool, so yeah. So yeah, that is what we get. Bum. Yeah. So, yeah. Kablam. You have fizzled more in Zafaria than Celestia. Fizzling is just... Unless you're getting, like, debuffed, fizzling is completely, like, RNG. And sometimes you'll just have really good RNG where you won't fizzle. Why do I keep going to the wrong door? I need a big exit sign. And some days you're just gonna fizzle all the time. And some days you're just not gonna fizzle at all. It's like, if you don't have 100% power pip chance, there's gonna be some days where you pip fail all the time. Like one battle I think I was in sometime on my death walkthrough. I just got noob pip after noob pip after noob pip after noob pip. It was so annoying and terrible. But then there's also times where I just, like, it's just as if I have 100% and I always get them. But yeah, it's completely RNG based. Complete RNG. There's nothing coded into the world that will make you fizzle more unless the enemy uses a mantle or smoke screen or something along those lines. You're rocking Waterworks gear. You think the accuracy is okay? Basically, what you need to do, if you want high accuracy, you just need to take what the percentage on your cards are. So, for example, Scarecrow is 85%, and have your accuracy number make that add up to 100. So, 85 would be 15% accuracy. No, that would be 75. I can't do math. But yeah, basically, it just needs to add up to 100. No, that would be 15. 100 minus 85 is 15, yeah. Yeah. So, like, that, technically, all I need is 15 accuracy to never fizzle a Scarecrow unless I've got a mantle on me. So, yeah. Hi, Plum Fairy, welcome, how are you? You just finished Azteca and Def liked it more towards the end. I have to say, the end of Azteca is pretty cool. Pretty cool. The start of Azteca, the middle of Azteca, kind of boring. The end is kind of cool because it's like it's kind of sad, but also kind of cool as well. So, yeah. I hope you're doing well today. Quick maths. I know. My brain is absolutely, like, destroyed. I have been way too busy. So, my math ability, at the best of times, is bad. Let alone when I am super duper tired. it just downhill, really fast downhill. For Storm, I need 2 power pips to start and go first. Also a blade. First turn and Tempest buff. That's the ideal battle. Yeah. I mean, going first isn't generally too much of an issue. Especially if you're taking 2 rounds anyway. It's definitely nice to go first, but yeah. I've just come to accept that sometimes I'm just never going to go first. It's just how it works. Just how it works. Because they don't hit first turn. Yeah. But still, you don't necessarily have to go second. Have to go first. Going second generally isn't like the end of the game. Like, it doesn't really make or break it. Yeah, it may make it take a few more turns, but it's not going to be like the end of game sort of stuff. But yeah, going first is definitely one of the ideal battle setups. Completely. Should I start crafting on my Storm or my Death soon? Or I don't have to really. Crafting is good for end game gear. Why am I getting animate skeleton onyx? Like, what the heck? Oh, it's a star. Why would you... That is such a weird drop. That is such a weird drop. Crafting, kind of important later game. But not the end of the world if you don't do crafting. We're going to keep that. It's not great, but we'll keep it. Yeah. I don't need 11%. Keep pips. Quartermain can go away. Circles can probably all be sold because I do not care about any circles at all as long as they're not pierce. Tears. Bad, 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 bad. And honestly, get Sunbird. Some of the pet talents are just so weird. Like, such a weird name. I kind of want to make a stun resist pet. I feel like that would be just funny. Like, just for the lols. I don't think any of these are particularly needed. Right, goodbye. Right. Because there's some gear I'm gonna have to craft maybe soon. The gear that you have to craft is generally at level 130, and that's Catacombs gear. And then having a higher crafting level after level 130 is kind of recommended, because if you go dry on like getting stuff from like the final boss, you can craft it instead. When you're second, they always cast Earthquake as a round you're gonna hit. Well, then just don't hit that round. It's pretty simple. You don't hit until they definitely don't have 6 pips. That's just how it works. You guys should know this. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. How do I get a lock on my backpack? Go into your settings, and somewhere in there, there's a thing called item locking. I'll show you in a bit. Once I finish this fight. At one point it was cool gem for death since they didn't have a cheat minion. And that one is 3 pips, not X. Fair. I don't really care about minions though. I don't PvP. I don't use minions. The only minion I need is Werner. He is the only minion, and I will 100% spend crowns on Werner because he is a god and I love him and he is my best friend. So, yeah. Explain masteries. Mastery basically means you're allowed to use power pips with the school. So for example, you have mastery in your own school to start with, meaning that if you cast a 4-pip spell, you will only use 2 power pips and not 4 power pips. Whereas if, say, you're a death wizard and you cast a fire spell and you don't have a fire mastery, you cast a meteor strike, which is 4 pips. You'll use 4 power pips instead of 2 power pips. People should use henchmen more. No, they should only use henchmen if they need them. They should be a last resort sort of thing. I deem them slightly cheaty, but yeah. Item locking is in gameplay option 2, and it's called backpack item lock, and turn that to yes, and then you can have the wee little lock icon, and then if you can't feed it or sell it or trash it, yeah, very cool. Life henchmen come in clutch. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. Imagine getting replaced by a pixel hamster. Imagine. Imagine. Yeah, I find henchmen a little bit cheaty. But they're good if you need them. If you need them in a pinch and you really don't want to do the fight again, they're not terrible, but that's just my view on that. I used to be so against henchmen that I would never use it, like ever. But I'm a little bit more mellow to it now. I don't really mind, but I still deem it as a little bit cheaty. Henchman, invincible ghost minion. True. That's monstrology for you. Just got to do that monstrology. Speaking of, I'm a rookie monstrologist today. Who would have thought? Not me, that's for sure. Frenzy. Ever had insignia gear? Yeah, I had it in Crocotopia and on the Death walkthrough, and I also have it on my myth. But I don't really like insignia gear because it's kind of overused. It also reminds me of terrible. The only insignia gear I've actually ever used on this death character is when I was in Crocotopia. Wow, when I was in Crocotopia to, I think about, when did I switch? Probably like Chrysalis-ish. And then this robe technically counts as insignia gear as well. That's like the only insignia gear that I've kind of ever really used on this character. Because I try and stay away from insignia gear because everyone uses it and I think it's boring. However, I like this stitch, so it's staying. But yeah, the only character that I use insignia gear on and will continue to use insignia gear on is Myth because it looks the coolest. So yeah, there's just something about telling your school, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I mean, half of my stitches generally like don't really match like the traditional colors of the school necessarily. Like this one kind of does because there's black in it, and this hat also has a skull on it, so yeah. But like, for example, I've been wanting to do a green stitch for so long on my death as like my main stitch. Last time was more of like a tan and blue stitch, which is a little bit weird for a death wizard to have, but I like that one as well. So yeah, I'm not really like, I don't really think that stitches should be like solely based on your school. I think, you know, you can have influences from it, but generally I feel like taking influence from other pieces of the gear that you think, or basing your stitch on like one specific item, is a lot better than just using like, hey, this has my school logo, therefore is good, you know. That's my lifespan boss for badge. This is like the only 2 dwarf fight that is kind of not painful to get to. Opinions on guild/raids. Guilds cool. Raids, don't know, haven't done them yet. So yeah, we're gonna do that on stream sometime. I need to sit down and farm a lot of Azov on stream. But there's just so much I need to do, and I do not have enough time. I wish, one thing that I really wish, I didn't have to sleep, but I could still, like, function as, like, a normal human without any sleep and still be, like, as energetic and not feel tired. But, like, if I wanted to sleep, I could, but I didn't have to sleep to survive. Like, I feel like that would be so good, because I could get so much more done with my day, you know? Yeah. That's one thing that I just wish that would be good, that I could do. Because, like, I just, at the moment, just feeling tired so much. Because I'm just working so much. Like, after the stream, I've got, like, another, like, 3 hours of work that I have to do once I finish the stream. Which is not cool. What are we up to? 90! 10 more. So 5 more fights. Lovely. And then we can... Then we're gonna probably end stream. I might be live tomorrow. It'll probably be another streamer around this time, I would say. So slightly later than normal. But we'll do Storm stuff instead. What do I do for work? I'm a audiovisual technician. Yeah. I also manage, like, social media for company. And also, do all of, like, the video editing work and all of that sort of stuff as well, which is what I need to do tonight. I need to plan out the social media posts for the week and also, do all of the, like, render out all of the video stuff that we did last week. So, yeah. I've got so much. And then I also have to, like, record or edit, not really edit, render out second channel videos as well. I need to post one as well. I am, like, absolutely crazy busy at the moment. It's ridiculous. And then I also have to write a script because I want to get the script for the next video on this channel, like, done sometime, like, in the next 2 weeks. I want the script done by the end of the week, and I want the video out in the next 2 weeks. But, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. So much to do, and so little time. And then, also, I need to stream as well, so... so many things. Wish I just didn't have to sleep. That would be so good. That would be so nice if I could just always be... Oh, I got my Piggle as well. He's so cool. You need an assistant? I am the assistant. I am the assistant, okay? I can't have an assistant for the assistant. That's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit ridiculous. I feel like next year, what I might do is... I don't know. I need to take, like, some of, like, the work off me for this channel a little bit, because I still want videos going up here, but, like, the fact is that I just cannot do that on top of everything else. So I might look at getting editor next year, because I think that would be probably a better idea than me editing, recording, scripting all of the videos that go up on this channel, because that's just, like, so much work, especially editing. That takes a long time. I didn't want to hit that. That's fine. No one will help me in Barkingham Palace. Got any tips for people to help me? Not really. Barkingham Palace is not really a well-farmed dungeon, because it kind of sucks. If you use Team Up, you might find someone to help you, maybe. As I said, it's not like a well-traversed dungeon, so some people don't even know it exists. So that's a good start. Everybody and their mum underestimates editing. Yeah, I would love to, like, put more effort into editing, but I simply can't because I just do not have the time, and I actually need to get videos up kind of at least once a month. Yeah. But I just simply cannot do that if I, like, spend, like over a month editing a video, after I've spent over a month writing a script for a video as well. This pirate video, by the way, that I'm working on is going to be crazy. It's going to be massive. absolutely massive. Like, it's gonna probably hit an hour long, I would say. It's going to be super duper long and lengthy. Long and lengthy. Yep. That's great words. That's great words. Yeah. But I also next year, I kind of want to post like once a week on this channel. And once a day on my second channel. But then also like, that's like crazy. That's absolutely crazy to do. Because I really don't have the time to like do that, but I want to do that, you know? I just found a channel and I've always wanted to watch a Wiz walkthrough, and you have an active on your My Savior. Yeah, I have a walkthrough. I have my main walkthrough is the death walkthrough, which will be continuing but as a stream series, going in the same playlist when the next world comes out. And then also on my second channel there's a whole bunch of extra other walkthroughs. There's my life one that's currently in progress, there's my myth one that starts from Zafaria, there's my storm one, which is not really a walkthrough, it's kind of different. And what else is there on that? There's also pirate stuff on there as well. But yeah, don't burn yourself out, bro. Well, that's the other issue. There's not enough content on Wiz for like weekly uploads for me. So I'm probably going to be like switching over to doing a little bit more like variety sort of stuff, possibly. That's kind of where like I'm aiming for next year. I'll still be doing Wiz, and I'll probably keep like all of the main sort of series that I stream and like that sort of stuff will continue, but they'll be up on the second channel, and like Wiz videos on here may take like a little bit of a slowdown, but I'll still be like playing Wiz quite often, and I'll be streaming on Wiz quite often as well. But yeah, that's kind of where I would like to go. Do you play any other MMOs? I don't have time. I play a little bit of RuneScape every now and then, but like I really just don't have time. I barely have time to log into Wiz most days. Like I just do not have time, unfortunately. I wish I could. Also I don't really like any of the newer MMOs anyway. I'm kind of at like a stage of my like I only play games at the moment of either like new games or games that I have played for a long time. And by new games I mean like games that are like not kind of like Wiz or Pirate. Those are like my two main games that I play, but that's only because I stream them. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. You're looking at my content, and everything you post is the type of Wiz content I post. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Well, I don't like PvP, so I make non-PvP videos, which doesn't usually happen, because a lot of the Wiz content is just all PvP stuff, and I don't really like that. Also, it's just so oversaturated. Like, everyone does PvP content. Literally everyone. So it's quite nice to have like a little bit of a differential of that. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Aurora, the editor and game developer. Imagine. I talked to this guy who edits videos for some bigger Twitch people, and it's wild the amount of work that goes into every video. It's so true. It's so true. It's ridiculous. Like, what I would like to do is, I feel like, now that I stream on YouTube, I feel like I would like to stream, like, a few times a week, like 3 times a week, but have them be, like 3 or 4, like, hours long each, and basically, like, film videos while I'm streaming. Like, have, like, several, like, segments of a stream, and have those segments become, like, a video for the main channel. And then the other segments can be for the second channel. or something along those lines. I feel like that is kind of like where I would like to go, because then it takes a little bit less work off me, because I don't have to necessarily like come up with both stream idea and also video idea and also second channel idea, which is generally just stream idea. And it just means that all I have to do is edit it. But then also I kind of like the scripted content that I'm doing now, or the more like serious, like the story so far. I like doing that, but they just take so long to do. So like it's kind of like fitting that in to what I want to do as well, because would it be odd to have like those sort of videos that are like really well like planned and researched and all of that sort of stuff, and then also just like random stream bits as well. I don't know. Awesome the Source is the only PvP I would ever consider watching. He does some other videos as well, but generally it's PvP. Yeah. No Twitch, please. Only include the relevant skills. Imagine. Right, there we go. That is the badge for the day. Mighty Dwarven Power Rager. That's a massively long badge. You know what they say about guys with long badges. They have massive power rages. Yeah. Anyway, how long have we been going? Just over an hour. Wow, nice. I went out the wrong door again. Oh well, we'll go home. They're still relevant to you because you use Twitch. I still use Twitch. I occasionally watch streams on Twitch when I have a chance to actually like exist for a moment. Yeah. I'm the only person you watch for streaming. Everyone else is on Twitch, yeah. Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Yeah. Compensating for something? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, that is where we're going to end off for today. I'll try and stream tomorrow. It may be around the same time as today. And we'll do some Storm stuff. Apologies for not streaming for like a whole week. There's always videos up on my second channel. TheCraftBox Extra. I'll put the link in chat because I don't have the bot open because I forgot about that. YouTube, if I can spell, .com/craftbox extra. Is that right? I think. There we go. That is right. Yeah, that's my second channel. So you can go and subscribe to that. I try and post daily. And by try, I will post daily. Which means I need to go and go and upload a video there. Now. Anyway, that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, remember to craft outside the box.